Oops. Oh. Well, guess we're starting. I guess this is happening. Hi, I already pressed the record button, so I figure I'll just roll with it, right? So hey guys, it is coffee time, an extra long coffee time. I feel like it needs theme music. Last time we talked was like 2 days ago. It was when we were going to be going to the Chillerama Hollywood Cemetery movie premiere, which is very exciting and excessive. That was a short video, and then the next day I was having problems uploading. So I told the Twitter universe that I would put up an extra long video today, which meant Courtney Pants and I were talking today, and she said, well, I demand anything from 25 minutes to 45 minutes of your time today. So we're going to attempt that. I might just keep talking forever, and this might wind up being a 40-minute video. Who really knows? Although, I hope not. For the sake of my uploading speed, I really hope not. But we'll see. We'll see. Stranger things have happened. Yeah, a lot has happened in those short couple of days. I know typically I could skip a day and then be like, well, nothing really happened yesterday. I stayed home and ate a lot of jalapeno chips and watched some TV, so you didn't really miss much. But a lot has actually happened. Last time we talked, I was all dolled up, ready to go to a crazy premiere for, like I said, Chillerama, which is ridiculous. Okay, it was, alright, wait, hold on. Alright, so, Ro is good friends with a director who directed one of the movies. And so we were invited to come to see this movie. And it was it had two framing devices. It was 4 movies within a movie within a movie. The idea was that there were all of these people coming to this drive-in theater for the final time that the drive-in was going to be open. And so they were watching the other movies that were created while they were in the drive-thru, but there was a story happening in the first frame that was going on while all these other videos were going. So the 3 movies that were happening within the movie were, I Was a Teenage Werebear, Diary of Anne Frankenstein, which was the best one, I thought, by far, and what was the first one? Oh, Wadzilla. Okay, so in general, just as a, I'm not going to give you an entire synopsis of the movies, because I'm going to have to come back to explain to you all of the adventures that we had trying to even get to the point where we could watch this movie. So I'm just going to say, in general, that if you are easily offended, do not ever watch this movie. It is not scary in any way whatsoever. If anything, it's just like minorly offensive in some ways, and you walk away going, what did I just watch? Like, I'm not really sure. It was fun. It was a cast and crew screening, so pretty much every time an actor showed up, somebody in the audience would cheer, which was really fun. You knew that they were there or their friends were there, so that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. But, so the entire ride there, we all decided we were going to wear our spirit hoods, which I was very excited about because I love my spirit hood and any excuse to wear it. We drove there and we saw it. We saw people in line at the Hollywood Cemetery, but they had it all barred up. The like actual drive-in entrance. So we said, okay, maybe parking is somewhere else because we had been informed that there would be parking. So we drove around the block and didn't see anything. So then we came all the way back around and drove up and talked to the dude. And we were like, hey, where should we park? And he said, oh, parking's not open yet. It won't be open for another 5 minutes, but feel free to pop a Yui and get into this huge long line that's on the other side of the road. And we went, okay. So we popped the Yui, got into this line, and they had to direct traffic because it was an event. So there were lots of cars everywhere. There were people who were just in each other's grill. So the security guy was like, all right, you guys go, and now stop, and then you guys go. And these dudes right next to us were getting really aggravated and like pumping up their music and yelling at the security guy, and we were like, dude, nothing you're doing right now. You seem ridiculous at this point. We finally get in there, and the dude that we come up to says, cash over. And we're like, what? He goes, cash over. And we knew we wanted to pay with cash for parking. So Mike says, cash. Guy says, okay, go this way. We said, all right. So we go that way, pay them cash. We keep going, And Rose says, well, we're supposed to be VIP, so we should stop and ask somebody about what we do if we're VIP. So we stop at the next security person, and Rose goes, hey, we're supposed to be VIP, where do we go? And she said, oh, you were supposed to go through a different line if you were VIP. We were like, what? She was like, yeah, somebody should have asked you if you were VIP at the opening. And we were like, was it the cash or ver guy? Was it supposed to be cash or VIP that somehow sounded like cash or ver? So, yeah, that was the thing. We were like, well, okay. We obviously need to, like, she was like, you can park and then go back and get your these. I still have mine on because I'm weird. I like to keep these on as long as possible, just for some reason. Hold on, I feel like I have something in my eye. It's bothering me, there are issues. Yes, I think out of my eye. Yes, okay. I think we're good. I think we're okay now. Where was I? Oh, so we park. Yes, we park. And we look around and Rose like, I'm in heels, I really don't want to walk all the way back there. And we were like, well, we need to walk back there. We're not gonna just get in the car and drive all the way back there because that's silly. So we walk back and Rose like, hi, I am so-and-so's friend and I'm supposed to be on the VIP list. The guy looks through the VIP list and he's like, oh, you're not on here. We were like, dang. She was like, oh, I'm supposed to be. It's supposed to be me and 2 guests. And he like looks through it again. He's like, no, you're not on here. And then he like we didn't even try. We weren't even like crying or looking really sad at all. We were like, oh. And he was like, oh, it's fine. I'll just believe you. And handed us three of these. We were like, okay, it's that easy to get a pass here? So we put it on. And we were like, okay, so now what do we do? So we go back to that security lady from before who was like, oh, this shouldn't have happened. We go back to that lady from before and she was like, oh, well, did you already pay for parking? We said, yeah, we already paid for parking. And she said, oh, well, VIP gets free parking. We were like, so can we get our money back? And she was like, I don't think so. She was like, there's no way to prove that you've already been through here. Like we would have to take your word for it and it's money and they're probably not going to do that. And we were like, okay. So they were like, yeah, but there is an entirely different area where VIP parks. So you should probably grab your car and pull all the way around and then we'll guide you into the actual area you're supposed to be, right? So we said, okay, sounds good. So we go back over to our car and we realize we're pretty close to where the movie is happening. But we thought, well, maybe where the VIP parking is, there's more security or something. Maybe we should probably just park our car. Maybe it's even closer. You know, who knows? So we pull it all the way around and go all the way through the gate again, all the way around to the security people who guide us into the VIP area. It is the exact same thing except on the other side of the cemetery. So we had double the amount of walking time that we needed to before when we had just paid for parking. We had to walk twice as far. There was no security anywhere. We were literally parking like on the side of a cemetery road. And we were like, why did we do this? What was the point just now? So we said, okay, we're parked, it's fine. Ro had been like having an aneurysm the entire time. So we were like, okay, we're parked, it's fine, stop stressing, we're okay, it's not a big deal. Grab our blankies. And we walked all the way over to where the actual movie was happening, set our stuff down where we thought would be a good place to sit. And Ro was like, okay, well, I'm supposed to walk the red carpet, so we should probably go and ask about that. And we were like, okay. So we left our blankets there because we were like, I doubt somebody is going to steal our blankets. I highly, highly doubt that, which they didn't, just so you know. That's not going to come up again later. But so we go to where the red carpet area is. And Ro's like, oh, you know what's going to happen. We weren't on the first VIP list. I'm probably going to go up there and say my name and I won't be on the list for the red carpet. And we were like, oh, that sucks. And she was like, yeah, but it's okay, you know. I'm invited here as a guest. Like, it would be purely publicity. It's not a big deal. So we go up there and ask anyway. And the entire time that she's talking to this lady, Ro's like, oh, I'm probably not on this list because I wasn't on the last list. I'm not sure what to do. And the lady was like, oh, you're right here, Ro Panzino? And she was like, Yeah, why am I on this list but not the other one? It looked exactly the same, like the exact same list. And obviously, they weren't the exact same list because just because you're VIP doesn't mean you're gonna walk the red carpet, right? But we were like, why are you on one list and not the other? It made no sense. It was so weird. But then they said, all right, just step into our awkward crypt and we'll get you free booze until the red carpet. So we grabbed awkward crypt water, and the whole thing was sponsored by a beverage called Just Chill that was supposed to be a drink that basically is the opposite of an energy drink that causes you to be happy. We were like, that's weird. This is a weird thing. But the wait for the red carpet was pretty long, so we said, okay, well, let's just go grab some food or whatever. So we grabbed food, we came back, we realized that VIP also, another thing that we were not told, VIP also is supposed to get chairs. So we brought blankets for nothing, and we were like, screw it! So we grabbed all of our blankets and stuff, which, by the way, when we got back, no, they were not stolen, as I told you before, but when we got back, they were all damp. What? We went over there, we went to pick them up and went, why are they damp? We smelled them because our first thought was, did somebody pee on our blankets? That would be weird. That would be really weird. There are lots of people around here. They were just damp. The ground wasn't damp. The underside of the blankets weren't damp. Just the top. We were like, did it mist? Did it mist and we didn't realize? So we decided that since we were just surrounded by Hollywood nonsense and everybody was being extremely hoity-toity, either extremely hoity-toity or extremely drunk, and feeling like they needed everybody to know they were extremely drunk, we decided, you know what, there's the way that it's set up is, pretend that this is the area, right, here's the movie and here's the area where everybody's sitting. So right here is where the VIP chairs are, and then all of this is just open grass space. So we were like back here and we said, you know what? We're gonna take our blankets and put them right in front of the chairs. So we did, and others joined us. It was like a revolution, and we laid right in front of the movie. It was great, and Ro did walk the red carpet, but was completely confused the entire time. And we took pictures in front of the screen. If you are following me on Twitter, there's a picture that is of me with my spirit hood on in front of the Chillerama wall, which was really fun, but it was very confusing, and it was like this big. Like the Pantages one that I went to with Ro, they call you like one name at a time, or like two people at a time, and you like shuffle through slowly, and if they're interested in taking your picture, they say your name. They say, oh, Dodger over here, or oh, Ro over here, and then they take a picture. You pose, they take a picture, and you keep walking. That's the way it rolled. At this one, it was like everybody trying to shuffle through at the same time. It was really awkward. It was like a huge crowd. I was like, how is anybody getting their picture taken? This is so weird. But yeah, we finally laid down. We were called Ewoks all night, which was great. Or Werebears, because there was I Was a Teenage Werebear movie that happened. But the entire film in general was, it was an experience for sure. Everybody that I explain, it's funny because when people ask me how it was, I'm always like, it was a thing. I couldn't say that I really enjoyed it. I couldn't say that I really disliked it, but it was just a thing. And then when I try to explain the movie, everybody who hears it is like, I need to see that movie. That sounds amazing. And I'm like, it was... So, yes. That was Chillerama night. And we got home, Joe and I watched some Family Guy. It was good. It was good times. So that was Chillerama night, alright? So then, that was Thursday. So now, we're zooming on to Friday. Friday was a pretty general day throughout the work day. Then I went home and filmed my news and got my news all together, but I got a call, and a friend that I work with was like, hey, I'm doing my improv show tonight. It's gonna be starting at such and such time, it's at such and such place. I have a ticket for you that would be free, do you want to go? I was like, I think that would be great, because I haven't seen any improv, or I've seen theater, like I went to see Hair, but but I haven't seen any like underground theater at all. I haven't seen any improv since I've moved here, and LA and New York are both really well known for improv, so I was like, I need to see an improv show in LA, and I have a free ticket, I'm just gonna go, it's really close by. So I went, and it was fun. It was pretty short, but it's cool because the improv shows that are in Oregon, or at least the ones that I used to see, are like short form improv, where it's you play one improv game and then you stop. The conceit is dead, and then you start over and say, okay, new game, right? It's kind of like Whose Line Is It Anyway? Short form. The way that really big professional improv companies will typically do it is like a long form, where they try to tell an entire story through improv. And it's very bizarre. It's very bizarre, but very fun to watch. And my friend that invited me, Josh, he was telling me that sometimes there are pairs of people that do improv that are just so good at it and so in tune with each other that they have like visual cues with each other and things that they'll do where they're switching scenes. Like if you were to be holding a cup, this was the example he gave, I'm not this witty to have come up with this just now, where if you're holding an imaginary cup and you're talking to somebody and then you totally drop it and go over here and start typing on a computer, suddenly you're in a new scene, you're new characters, everything's different. But then, if later you do this, you're back in the old scene, and you have to remember, who was I just then? What was my character like? What was going on? What was the big moment that we were having in that? It's like, that would be pretty intense. I'm terrible at improv, by the way. No amount of theater training has ever made me good at improv or really enjoy improv. I'm not a huge fan of it. I do enjoy improv games, but I don't enjoy improv where I'm supposed to be funny. That's bad. I'm really bad at that because they always tell you, don't think about it. Just go up there and just start doing something. Can't do that. I plan something. I have a backup plan in my mind. Like I learned to not plan it out necessarily, but now what I do is I have a backup plan in my mind in case the first thing that I go up, like if I go up there to try to just wing it and nothing comes out of my mouth, I'm like, backup plan! Plan B! It's like a transformer. That's how I roll with improv, but it was very fun to watch it. And they had two different improv groups that went up. The first one had my friend, and then the second one was a totally different team. But they told like full-on stories, like everybody had characters that they played. It was really cool. I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I'd like to go see stuff like that again. But then, of course, the whole fun nonsense happened where, where I came home and I was like, alright, time to upload Coffee Time. Or not. I was really sad too because I went to upload news right when I got the call. So I said, oh, well, this is uploading. I'll just let it upload. When I get home, I'll upload Coffee Time. It's perfect. It's fantastical. Mint condition. So I get home, and of course, in true YouTube fashion, I open up my browser window once more to look and see how the video's doing, what the comments are, how it's being received, whether or not I said anything extremely stupid. And I open it up and I look at it, and it's like, this video, I'm sorry, this video is not available, or something like that when I tried to click on the link, and I was like, question mark? So I realized the upload tab is still open, obviously, and I click on it and it says, 1,056 minutes remaining. And I was like, something went wrong. Something in there, something happened that ruined all of this. So yeah, that was an experience. That was a thing where I had to completely cancel that out, re-upload it. And then by the time I got that to upload, then when I was I wanted to only upload one at a time because I didn't trust it. So then when I tried to upload Coffee, it just glitched out, like, majorly. It glitched out so hard. It was really intense. It was really... The amount of glitching was so intense that I felt emotionally compromised. It was just frustrating. So, yeah. I was really... Yeah, that's why eventually I was like, How do you guys feel about me doing an extra long coffee time tomorrow? I'm really tired and I'm just gonna pass out here. Bye. Like, I knew that if I kept trying to do this, I was eventually just gonna be so angry at everything that it was gonna be not even worth it anymore. So that was what happened there. And then today, I told you guys that there were stories, there were so many things. I still feel like there's something happening in my eyeball, but this is typically what happens. Sometimes when I've been wearing makeup a lot, mascara specifically. I don't know how many of you lady folkers do this or have experienced this, but sometimes when you wear mascara too much, even though you rub and you try to get all of the makeup off, sometimes there's that one eyelash that still has mascara in it that will pop out and just like live in your eyeball. And you're like, why is this happening? The makeup hurts so bad. It's one of those moments where you're like, I need to not wear this anymore. Like, why am I doing this? Fortunately, I almost never wear mascara, so it all works out. Right now I am wearing eyeliner, though. I won't even try to be like, I'm not wearing any makeup whatsoever. What are you talking about? So today, I set my alarm for 8 o'clock in the morning. Why, you ask? Because today was Erin Lee's surprise birthday party. I know, super exciting. Yesterday was her birthday. Yesterday was also my brother's birthday, which I was really excited about. I was like, Jared! I called and I left him a super stupid message where I was like, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. I like legit sang him the entire birthday song in that voice. And then rambled for a while and then eventually just hung up. It was good. I'm pretty sure he listened to it, like, at least 75% of it and then hung up. But anyway, so David and I, her fiance, were in cahoots for like a week where we were like, we should have a surprise party for her. But the problem is that we couldn't decide whether it should happen on Friday or Saturday because we knew that she wanted to see Lion King in 3D. And we weren't sure when would be the best time to do it. So we decided on today, Saturday, for those of you who aren't aware, Saturday, midday, it seemed like a good idea, like an afternoon sort of party, because typically on Saturdays there are things happening. And we were like, we don't want it to be competing with anything else. We want it to just be like an afternoon sort of hangout, surprise party thingy. And then in the evening, you know, if people want to like get slammered somewhere else, they can, and they won't be sad. So, yeah. So we planned this whole thing out, but, I think there was some confusion about how everybody else was going to be notified of this party. And I was like, well, I feel like we shouldn't tell everybody super ahead of time because then somebody will give it away. Somebody will tell everyone. So nobody really, like, the majority of people did not know about it until yesterday, which probably was not the way to go. I maybe should have had like at least a 2-day buffer, not just a 1-day buffer, because I think that that's what screwed us in the end. But today, yeah, we set up the most intense birthday party ever. We had sandwiches and a veggie tray and a fruit tray, I know, and we had Bahama Mamas for anybody who wanted to drink some alk, and lots of water and lots of orange juice and just lots of pink. We had lots of pink and yellow things everywhere. And we played House of the Undead. So, House of the Dead? House of the Undead? I always get that mixed up. I feel like every time I talk about that game on Coffee Time, somebody's like, Dodger! And I go, that game, overkill. So, I'm sure you can figure that out. I keep seeing the camera, like, rustling about, and I go, I'm sorry, camera. Shh, just put up with it for, like, just a few more minutes. It's okay, you're so pretty. It's totally fine. Yes, so, those of us who could make it, showed up here, and we were all hanging out. But the problem with surprise parties that you don't really think about is that you need it to be a surprise when they come in the door, right? So there are all these variables that you forget about, like, so they were hanging out watching the Huskers game. I don't watch football, but apparently it's a big deal in America. So, American football. Ha, I corrected myself. Anyway, so we were like, okay, David and I were like texting back and forth, right? And I was like, okay, when are you guys gonna hang out? When are you guys gonna be here? And he was like, all right, we're gonna leave at halftime. So, we'll be leaving like in a few minutes. I was like, okay. So I informed everybody. I was like, they're gonna be leaving in like a couple of minutes. David is going to text me when they're on their way. And everybody was like, all right, awesome. So we were all hanging out, like drinking coffee and eating and chatting and whatever else. And then, I get a text from David that says, we're on our way. And I was like, they're on their way! They're on their way! And I was like, okay, cool, we're ready! I'm so excited! I've never planned a surprise party in my life, and this one was gonna be slightly mediocre, but I was so excited about it. And I love Aaron to pieces, so I was like, this is gonna be the best surprise party ever! And then I get a text from David that says, so she just jumped in the shower. I was like, huh? He was like, yeah, she, because she thought that they were gonna be going shopping for her shoes. So she texted me, or not she texted me, he like legit called me then, and was like, yeah, so, you know, she thinks we're going shopping, and she didn't want to look grungy, so she hopped in the shower. There was really nothing I could say to stop her from going in the shower, and I was like, that's fine. It's totally fine. So then it was another like half an hour of us like hanging out, drinking coffee and swapping stories and trying to learn how to shuffle. Don't ask. And then they finally showed up and I got the text and I was like, So I run out there. And because our original story, her brother Robbie and I are friends, and so the original story was that before they go shopping, they were going to be dropping Robbie off so that he could play Overkill with us. And so when I got the text from Robbie that said we're here, I ran out there and I was like, hey, can you come inside because Ro and I have like a late birthday present that we want to give you just really quick. It's nothing major. And she was like, oh, okay. Because she's adorable and sweet. And so all three of them came up the steps, walked in the house, and we all went, surprise! I felt like I was in a movie. I felt like I was in a dang old movie, because I have never been part of a surprise party, or planning a surprise party, or had a surprise party, nothing. Party? I have never had me a surprise party in my life, but that was the best one ever. I've decided. It was so good. Yeah, it was, yeah, she was surprised. She was surprised, which is all that I really wanted out of it. I wish that more people could have been able to come, but I think that, you know, that's the hardship of having things planned on the weekend and also trying to keep it a secret while also informing people is hard. Yeah. So, that was my day today. That entire party. We got up at 8 in the morning so that we could go to Costco and get everything that we needed, come back, set up for it, and then wait for a while, and then she showed up, and then we all hung out and watched magic shows. We watched magic. There's a Penn and Teller show called Fool Me, or Fool Us. Fool Us. Fool Us. That David was like, have you guys ever watched Fool Us? And we were like, no. He was like, that show's great. We should watch it. So we watched like clips of Fool Us forever. It's great. If you like magic, I love Penn and Teller. If you like magic, you should watch Fool Us because it is funny. It is good. It's really there's some peeps. Well, my camera just stopped filming because it turns out that we've been talking for 28 minutes and that was all that I had left on my flip cam. So I guess it's about time I wrap this up. But those were the things that I've done in the last 3 days. I know it's been pretty epic and exciting. Your brains were blown. Craziness. I am really excited though, like everybody else went to take a nap. So then I filmed this and now I'm like, man, I am bushed. I have done so much stuff in the last couple of days. Might not sound like a lot to you guys, but typically I do maybe 1 or 2 things a week and then the rest of my time is sitting in my room watching TV or making YouTube videos. Like that's what I do. I don't leave the house typically. So I've had like, what, 4 days? 4 days of straight nonsense, which is fine. It's great. It's fun. But I am tired now. So I'm going to go play some Street Fighter and chill out. Oh, and it's gonna be great. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good weekend, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the extra long, extra special edition of Dodge This. P.S. This cup was given to me by Courtney, and it is totally ridiculous. It says, cookies from home, cookies from home, cookies from home, Tempe, Arizona. I'm pretty sure she got it at a thrift store. I think that's what she said on her video. Alright, bye-bye. Mwah!